So Anthony Smith comments about Conor's recovery. He says, "It bothers the fuck out of me, like that he pulled himself out of the USADA pool. There's only one reason you would do that. He's looking jacked as shit. You keep seeing videos of him flexing in front of mirrors and screaming, and he's huge. He's healed really fast, like really fast." And then Conor comes out and says, "This rat spoke to Weidman, who had the same horrific injury and is having severe complications still, is bothered that I was able to heal, return to a normal way of life. He, like many other rats in my game, would be happier if I wasn't able to play with my children the same again."
Historically, right, when injuries like this happen, they put you on some sort of
steroid.
Yeah, either steroid or healing. They consider like a steroid, something that will help your body heal more. It's not. It's in the USADA pool. It doesn't mean that it's a steroid. It could be just something they have on their banned substance list, which helps you heal faster, recover faster, all of those things. Nothing you can say. He took himself out because he knew he was going to pop. And and that's it. So I understand it. It is what it is. Do you want to heal or not? And he does, and he wants to get back in there and fight. I mean, I don't know if we're going to see him fight again. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. He just seems like he's just keeping himself entertained. I feel like he uses social media to get more, like, to keep the attention on him when he's off, which is good. I mean, it's a marketing tool. That's what it's meant for. This social media was meant to build your brands, to communicate, like to post people about your life and what you're doing in your life, and keep your brand going. That's what it should have been meant for. He's doing it. That's the way he's doing it. Good for him. I don't have anything to say about Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith is entitled to his opinion, and
sure.
And I like Anthony Smith a lot. So, and I respect his opinion. He does have a point.
You just take a look at with what Anthony is saying. He's saying, in his opinion, it's wrong that Conor is allowed to do this and then come back to fighting. It's like, sometimes you have to take medications that, are not within the boundaries of USADA or water or VOD or any of those. He took himself out. As long as he tests clean when he comes back, what can you say?
John, I've seen a lot of guys in the fight business that have been stacked and juiced and whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't make him a better fighter.
Nope.
It actually, as the fight goes on, Conor's already had problems with his cardio. So majority of the time you see those fighters do what?
Look at the last thing that Conor needs is more muscle mass.
Yeah.
Because all of this muscle mass that he's putting on his body right now is something that, if you understand the physiology behind it and everything that goes with it, all the blood vessels that grow, everything that the heart now has to pump blood to that it didn't have to pump to before. And then if you think you're just going to go and, we're just going to go fight this way, it doesn't work that way. You're going to get exhausted because your heart is having to pump more blood to more areas. It just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. I used to tell guys that were jacked all the time. It was funny. They would come into my gym and say, "Look, I'm just telling you, this is what's going to happen. We're going to start to go. You're going to turn bright pink, and eventually you're going to turn the color of Josh's freaking shirt right now. It's you get this gray look to your skin because your body is trying to suck all the blood towards your organs because your heart needs it, and it can't pump enough to all that muscle, and you die. As far as you fall off the cliff, you just can't keep any kind of pace unless you're someone that's had that muscle mass for a long time and has learned to build a cardio structure around that muscle mass. It just doesn't work the same.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that we've seen it too many times where they've carried too much muscle, or they put it on too fast. That's what we talked about with Max Holloway when he went to 155. And Dustin Poirier, he did a good job of building up his strength and his conditioning over time. He didn't jump in right into the title shot contention. He jumped in and slowly worked his way up in the lightweight division. Even though he was a big 55 or 45 pounder already, and he was carrying around, Max jumped up right away, and it showed. He had a hard time having to deal with somebody who was a bigger guy.
And carry that extra weight.
Yeah, exactly. Carrying the extra weight's not easy.
No.
because it's very important to understand that you train at a certain weight. When you're in full fight mode, your weight drops down within the reason of you being able to carry that. And then you're used to training carrying that amount of weight, say for the last 3 weeks. Then you get into your fight and you see people blow up past the weight that they're used to train at. And that's the ones that have fatigue and start to settle in and start to slow down as the fight goes on. In this situation, he's never been known for his cardio, John. He's not somebody that is like, oh, you know, in round
He's
4,
not that
I'm out there.
cardio machine.
Yeah, he's not that cardio machine at all.
He's a fast twitch muscle fiber athlete. There's reason there's sprinters. There's reasons there's marathon runners. Everybody's body reacts differently to, you know, competition and whatever you're doing. He's a sprinter. Not that he hasn't gone 5 rounds, and he has, you know, and he's done well in the fight that he had with Nate Diaz, the second one. But he had that moment where you could see he needed to get a secondary breath.
Yeah.
And sometimes that you get that second win, sometimes you don't. He got it in that fight, and it helped him through the fight. But overall, he's a sprinter.
Yeah.
He gets people out of there fast.